The highlights of the 2022 Multidimensional Poverty Index survey, as revealed by the National Bureau of Statistics, showed that 63% of persons living within Nigeria, that is 133 million people, are multidimensionally poor. The national MPI is 0.257%, indicating that poor people in Nigeria experience just over 1/4 of all possible deprivations. These statistics, according to experts, are worrisome and call for immediate action by the government, as the numbers are believed to have significant impact on the nation's security.
On poverty, unemployment, we have a problem in this part of the world where we believe, all of us believe, it is the government that should employ everybody. It's not done anywhere. Governments in countries that are developed don't employ more than maximum 10 to 20% of those who are engaged within the system. What those who are engaged within the system are expected to do is to provide policy formulation and monitoring. And so we must find a way of providing the basic infrastructures. If the basic infrastructures are not there, it's going to be difficult for us to create jobs. Electricity or power, as people want to call it now, whichever way, must be available. Means of transportation must be cheap. It's getting costlier to travel in Nigeria. It must be cheap. And then communication too. Yes, everybody is carrying handsets, you are carrying whatever, but they must work. We want to start with all those things. We need to encourage ourselves. Even in the education system, we need to be a little bit tinkered with.
You must first guarantee economic security before you can fight human insecurity, please. Now, before you're able to fight human insecurity is tied to poverty, illiteracy, when they perceive upward cheat from government, frustrations, and, humiliations. These are part of, the factors that affect human insecurity. These are human insecurity. So if for government to strive, you must first guarantee economic security. When there is economic security, every other thing that we see about poverty, starvation, and then the policies of government that does not favor the ordinary masses, ordinary Nigerians, must be, be looked at.
Speaking on the widely debated topic on the concept of ungoverned spaces, the expert advocated the establishment of barracks in ungoverned spaces, otherwise known as spaces where government presence is not felt.
When you say ungoverned spaces, are they the forest? You can turn a forest to a tourist zone. Are you in me? When you say ungoverned spaces, are you talking about where criminals are, occupying? You can find a way to take them out from that spot and then dominate that place with either your security apparatus. In fact, you can even build in Nigeria today. The police don't have enough housing schemes. You can look at some of those spaces that have been taken over by some of these miscreants, and then find a way to make it an estate, or even develop the place and become a housing opportunity for young corporals and sergeants to occupy. So when you say ungoverned spaces, we should be attaching, or we should rather describe it as non-interested areas that government have not found interest in.
Ungoverned spaces, the concept had even gone beyond just areas that the government does not have presence, or forested areas that nobody is taking care of. Even where people are staying, once criminals have been allowed to take over, then they've become ungoverned space. It is no more forested areas or places where people are not, or you have locals and there's no government presence. Even where you have government presence, but criminals are taking over, it has become ungoverned because it has become a jungle. So what we need to do is to find a way of resolving issues of judicial or adjudicating quickly and fairly. We are talking of equity and fairness. Everybody must feel part of the system.
With these factors, the expert believe that if keen attention is given to the management of ungoverned spaces, government will go a long way in curbing insecurity. John Taylor, ITV News.